primarily, the big objective, Groucho, will be to migrate the people by space vehicle to other planets that have more desirable temperatures.
You're going to have to put your shoes on again, you know.
It is getting deep, ain't it?
Yeah. Pardon me just a minute. I hate to interrupt this, but have you read this book?
No, sir.
Well, hold it. I'll be right back. Now that we've all seen action, let's have a little action on the show.
Before we go on, may I make an announcement here?
Well, you may. I don't approve of it. You can go ahead and make
Well, this is a serious announcement for a doctor in our audience. There's nothing wrong with anybody here at the show.
Hell there isn't.
Dr. Hoyt, one of the
Dr.
pages...
Hoyt, that's a fine name for a doctor. Dr. Hoyt.
Has a call for you, sir.
Doctor, why don't you pay your bills and they won't be badgering you in the middle of a performance?
Oh, you're terrible.
Yes, I'm not only terrible, but revolting. Welcome to the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers. Say, your face looks familiar. Haven't we met before?
I don't think so, Groucho.
And what is your name, miss?
No, this is the lady.
Oh, I see. Either I'll have to get my glasses fixed or you'll have to do your hair differently. What is your name, sir?
Forsythe. Ronald Forsythe.
Ronald, huh? It was Rodney during rehearsal. Well, okay, now I think we better get started and play You Bet Your Life.
Where's the duck?
The duck? Well, where would you find it?
Groucho, en palabras de Rufus Firefly, no era un bomboncito sentimental. Este cinescopio de su aparición en el programa de Jack Benny estaba entre sus más preciadas posesiones. No se volvió a ver desde su emisión original en 1955.
It's a secret word, which is something found around the house. The duck will come down and pay you $100.
Something around the house?
Yes. Now, where do you live, Rod?
Well, right now, I'm living in Glendale.
Glendale.
Yes, I have a little home there with 6 rooms and windows and window shades and Venetian blinds and tables and chairs and spoons and saucers and dishes and rugs and knives and forks.
Hold it. Why are you telling me all this?
Well, you said that the secret word is something around the house.
I can't get over how familiar you look. Is the violin you play a Stradivarius?
Oh, no. You see, you have to be rich to be able to have a Stradivarius. See, I'm poor. All I have around my house are towels and rugs and ashtrays.
Look, enough of that already. Now, Rodney, you say you don't have a Stradivarius?
No, sir.
You know, I heard that a lot of imitation Strads have been made and sold.
I know, but they could never fool me because, you see, I could tell a phony.
I guessed the word.
Hold it. There's been a mistake. The duck thought you said the secret word, but you didn't.
What?
Secret word is telephone, and you said telephone.
But I got an impediment in my speech. I always say that. I say telephone. I say phony. When I shave, I use cologne. I say it all the time.
You use cologne when you shave?
Yeah.
Well, in the sentence you used, you said you wouldn't be fooled because you could telephone.
Well, you didn't let me finish the sentence. I said I was going to telephone a friend of mine who's a violin expert. That's what I was going to say.
What's his name, this friend? You've got a friend. Well, okay, they say the customer's all right, but I don't know how that applies to you. You sound like the type who's never been a customer.
I don't care. Just let me at this duck. There must be more where that came from.
Well, there was, but he just flew in from Las Vegas.
Benny is not, although he's a funny ad-libber, he does it with attitude. I mean, he does it with a facial expression. and gets, tremendous laughs.
The big question tonight is $3,000. Now, you have 15 seconds to decide... You have 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully, and please no help from the audience. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. There is a famous radio and television comedian who was born in Waukegan, Illinois.
Jack Benny! Jack Benny! Jack Benny! Jack Benny! I got it! Jack Benny! Jack Benny! I know it! Jack Benny!
Wait a minute. We know it's Jack Benny, Mr. Forsythe, but that's not the question.
What?
The question is this. Now, listen. This is the question. For many years, this bum has been lying about his age. Now, for $3,000... For $3,000, can you tell me how old he really is? You've only got 5 seconds more. $3,000. What is Jack Benny's real age?
39.
I'm sorry, but that's the wrong answer, which means the big question next week will be worth $3,500. Thanks and good luck into the soda Plymouth Inn.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Rodney.
So anybody that can give away as much money as you do and still tell jokes deserves something.
Jack, that's an unfortunate subject, but since you did bring it up, when do I get paid? How about money?
Well, Groucho, I wouldn't worry about that because you will get a check tomorrow morning.
Now, how about paying me in cash?
Why, what's wrong with my check?
Well, I can telephone you, too. Good night.
Apueste usted su vida finalizó su extraordinaria andadura en 1961. La verdadera palabra secreta era espontaneidad. Eso es lo que hacía de él un programa singular. Nunca se sabía con qué podía salir Groucho. Por ello, el programa gozaba de una gran difusión y ha influenciado a varias generaciones de cómicos. El programa revitalizó la carrera de Groucho, lo convirtió en una estrella más grande que nunca y preparó el camino para el renacimiento de los hermanos Marx. En eso puede usted apostar su vida. Antes, en 1946, justo antes de que Groucho redescubriese el estrellato, disfrutaba de su semi-retiro.
He was a frustrated farmer, and he was constantly out in the backyard pruning the trees and tending to the vegetable gardens. He loved doing that.
Aquí, en estas películas caseras inéditas, Groucho se relaja con su familia. Harpo, que ya no era el chico desenfadado, miembro de la compañía itinerante Algonquin Round Table, se había retirado a placeres más reposados. Chico, sin embargo, debido a su afición al juego, seguía teniendo deudas, de modo que convenció a sus reticentes hermanos para hacer otra película.
Now, I'm not saying that they didn't get angry at Daddy. They did, because of the gambling. But even with the anger and the rage and the yelling and, about, I'm not going to give you another dime, they always ended up bailing him out.
They're back, the Marx Brothers. Groucho, Harpo, Chico.
That's me. Go on, boss. Tell him about it a bit.
I can't, Chico. There's too much noise.
I fix. See you night in Casablanca.
Una noche en Casablanca apenas era de la cosecha de los Marx, excepto si la comparamos con su última película, Amor en Conserva. En realidad, Harpo concibió a Amor en Conserva como película de un solo protagonista, pero Chico consiguió entrar en ella, y cuando los fondos se terminaron, los inversores dijeron que no pondrían más dinero a menos que Groucho hiciera una aparición. Lo cierto es que Amor en Conserva solo es destacable por una cosa. Groucho, el Rey Lear en persona, es protagonista junto a una joven Marilyn Monroe. Y ahora, deudas de juego o no, la carrera cinematográfica de los hermanos Marx había terminado de verdad. Mientras Groucho estaba ocupado revolucionando los programas concurso, Chico llevó su espectáculo al otro lado del océano.
Jack, what do you think of England? Oh, I like England very much. I hope England's going to like me. Tell me something. You talk like that all the time.
No, I talk like this in the pictures. You see, I used to be
In the war, I used to be always Italian, but I saw what they did to Mussolini, so now I'm Greek. Excuse me.
Harpo, mientras tanto, atendía diversos intereses, incluyendo posar para el retratista favorito de Hollywood, John Decker. En estas excepcionales películas caseras lo vemos haciendo el payaso con Decker delante de la versión de Harpo como el chico de África.
Susan and Harpo ultimately got married, and they decided it was absolutely necessary that they have a family. And the house that they lived in had 4 windows, 2 on the second story, 2 on the first story. And it was Dad's dream that when he came home at night, he would see a smiling face in each one of those windows. So, hence came Billy, then Alex, then Minnie, and then Jimmy. And his dream was realized. I have 2 Marx brothers of my own and a Marx sister.
My father would sometimes be listening to the radio, and they had a show in Palm Springs where people would come on about lost animals, lost pets, that they had found animals. And my father would generally answer the radio ad and bring that animal home. And the house was always filled with animals. He loved animals.
Por mucho que a Harpo le gustase estar con su familia, no estaba preparado para jubilarse. Todavía no.
Somebody out of the audience to start shooting back at us. You know that.
I believe that my dad was apprehensive every time he walked out on the stage.
Oh, you want me to do a different type show, is that it? Huh? Well, maybe I better humor this kid. Let's walk on back into my office. Will you come back here, huh? Come on back. Here we are. Oh, you like that, huh?
He was very nervous that night, because in those days, it was live television and you only had one shot at it. This was no editing. And he recognized that, and this was not rehearsed heavily to the point where it would be smooth. And he knew that.
A windshield wiper. Yeah, more? Oh, more. This is great. Windshield wiper on a rainy day.
Nobody ever knew how to write for Harpo. He went to page 2, and it said Harpo skips down a nice little road, and he is confronted by a huge stuffed bear. Harpo does something funny. That's how they wrote for him.
Come on, I asked you to play the hop. Will you play the hop? You won't play the hop? You don't want it? Why? Want to play another instrument? This is yours? Yours? Yeah. You invented this? Oh, good. Very peculiar. Fine. It's got 2 mouthpieces, huh? You play in both sides at the same time? How do you do that? Now, listen, would you please do me a favor? And I'd like you to play the hop. Would you play the hop? You don't want to play the hop? You have another instrument to play? Oh, I'll wait. What are you going to get? Oh, you're going to get the clarinet. I didn't know he played. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to watch Harpo play the clarinet. He's really one of the greatest... You going to play the clarinet? Not seriously. What are you going to play? I'm forever blowing bubbles. That's why. You're going to play it seriously? Well, if you're going to play it seriously, I'll direct the band seriously, because I'm a great musical conductor. Now stop it. Are you going to play the number? Now stop it! Finish the number, will you, Harpo, please?